Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Prep FST, your recipe to win. So we are back again with Sunday Review Quiz Series Part 7, and this week the topic was on proteins. So without much further ado, let's get into the video. Question number 1 asks for the fuel value of proteins. In the given table, I've listed the three macromolecules, which are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and their corresponding energy values in kilocalories per gram. So, as per the given table, the answer should be 4. Next question, which of these is an example of non-essential amino acid? The answer should be asparagine. First, let's understand what is an essential amino acid. So, essential amino acid is one that cannot be naturally synthesized in the human body and hence it is an important component of our diet. They have important vital functions such as protein synthesis, tissue repair, and nutrient absorption. There are 9 essential amino acids which are listed as follows, and the trick to remember them is private, Tim, Hall, in which Hall does not contain an A. So P stands for phenylalanine, V for valine, T for threonine, T for tryptophan, I for isoleucine, M for methionine, H for histidine, L for lysine, and another L for leucine. It is important to note that out of the 22 amino acids, there are 2 amino acids which are cysteine and tyrosine that are semi-essential. Next question, glutenin is a type of, the answer is acid or alkali soluble proteins. So as per the given table, I have listed the types of simple proteins along with their characteristics of solubility and the example. So as per the given table, glutenin has a solubility in acid and alkali, and cereal proteins are an example of glutenin proteins. Next question, which bond holds protein together? The answer is peptide bonds. As per the other options, glycosidic bonds is the one that holds the carbohydrates together. So let's understand what is a peptide bond. Peptide bond is a type of an amide type of covalent chemical bond, and it links the two consecutive alpha amino acids from C1 of one alpha amino acid and N of another, as shown in the reaction below. It is important to note that one molecule of water is eliminated when the peptide bond forms, and hence it is also referred to as a condensation reaction. Next question, biuret method of protein or peptide estimation is done at, the answer is 540 nanometer. Let's understand what is the biuret test. Biuret test is a qualitative method of protein estimation wherein the presence of a peptide bond is detected in a given food sample. So what happens is that in a biuret reaction, when a food sample or any sample contains at least 2 peptide links, then a violet color is produced when this food sample is treated with the alkaline copper sulfate. In presence of an alkaline solution, blue-colored copper ion can form a complex with the peptide bonds since the peptide has unshared electron pairs in nitrogen and oxygen of water, as you can see in the structure. Once this complex is formed, the solution turns blue to purple as shown in the picture below, and deeper the purple color, the higher is the number of peptide copper complexes and higher is the number of peptide linkages. So in the picture below, if the food sample does not contain any proteins or the peptide bonds, there is a blue color which indicates the negative biuret test, and if it contains protein, the purple color is indicated, which shows that it is a positive biuret test. Next question, which of these amino acid interrupts the alpha helix structure? The answer is proline. It's important to note that proline is not an amino acid but it is an amino acid. Hence, it does not have a hydrogen on the alpha amino group, so it cannot donate a hydrogen bond to stabilize the alpha helix as shown in the picture below. You can see that there are broken hydrogen bonds when there is presence of proline. Next question, the process of denaturation is, The answer is usually reversible. We all know what is the concept of denaturation. So it has been observed that the original structure of some proteins can be regenerated upon the removal of the denaturing agent, which can be heat or acid or anything. And restoration of these conditions can favor the formation of its native state, that is the native state of the protein. Now this entire process is known as renaturation. There are certain examples that show renaturation, and these include serum albumin, blood, hemoglobin, and the enzyme ribonuclease. Some of the examples that do not show renaturation, as renaturation is not always possible, the example can be of egg proteins. Hence, denaturation can be usually reversible. Next question. Which of these are examples of peptide hormones? The answer is both oxytocin and vasopressin. These both are also known as the pregnancy hormones. Next question. Which of these has the highest biological value of proteins? This is a very frequently asked question, and the answer should be egg. What is biological value? Biological value is a measure of the proportion of absorbed protein from the food which is incorporated in the organism's body. It captures how readily the digested protein can be used in the protein synthesis in the cells of the organism. Hence, in the given table, you can see that the highest biological value, that is of 95, is of the egg, which is followed by cow milk and fish. And the last question, collagen helix is a type of, the answer is secondary protein structure. So guys, this is it from Sunday Review Quiz Series Part 7. And if you like our videos, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for sticking by and sharing love as always. For more updates, daily quizzes and notes from our end, do join our Telegram channel. You can find the link in the description box below, along with the link of this week's Sunday Review Quiz series on the topic of food microbiology. Thank you, stay tight and prepare right.